Hi, I'm Dave and welcome back to BrenTeck IT Support. Today we're going to be looking at the unboxing and setup of the new Honor Magic5 Pro. Now this is an amazing new phone which is going to be another flagship killer. So we've been looking to get a new phone and new camera equipment, so we're actually going to be getting this to replace our main camera and use as our main camera and possibly keep our old main camera as a secondary. But the screen size on this is 6.81 inches with a resolution of 2848 by 1312. It's got an aspect ratio of 20:9 and 1 billion colors OLED screen. It's also got, the display is a quad curved floating screen. Don't know what they mean by floating screen. I think that's a bit of marketing gumph. I think it just means it's got curved edges, but only slightly, and it's nice and it looks great. But they call it floating. The CPU is the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is the standard excellent flagship chipset that all the top-end manufacturers are putting in. But it's also got a GPU, which is part of the Snapdragon 8 processor, which is the Outtro 740, and that's actually part of the CPU die. It's got keyboard gestures as well, where you can do 3-key navigation and a notification dock as well. So the screen navigation's a bit of a snap. It really can be helpful. The operating system is the Magic OS 7.1, which is based on Android 13. It comes with 12 gig of RAM and a whopping 512 gig storage as well. So that should be absolutely fine for most people. Certainly a lot better than what we've had in the past. On the back, it's got a triple array of cameras. You've got your first, which is a 50 megapixel wide with optical image stabilization, a second 50 megapixel ultra wide lens, and another third 50 megapixel periscopic telephoto lens as well. And so that means that the lens will actually zoom in and out, but it will do it sideways and then using a mirror so it looks like it's going in and out from the back of the phone, but to give it the space, they've shunted it to the side. Very clever. And that gives you the ability of 3.5 times optical zoom with the advantage of going up to 100 megapixel digital zoom with optical stabilization. It can record video at 60 frames per second in 4K, and it can take 8K still images as well, with a whole host of AI captured features. So this is a really feature-packed phone with an amazing set of cameras on the back. We've got this really for the cameras more than for the phone because we are looking for better cameras. So we might have a new camera on the channel here. See if you can spot which one we're recording on. You've got the options of stabilization modes of electric image stabilization and optical image stabilization as well. On the front of the phone, you've got a 12 megapixel camera and a 3D depth sensing camera. Now the idea of that is to do 3D face secure unlocking. The front camera photos of the camera are better than 4K, and the recording for front-facing camera is 4K as well. Again, with a whole bunch of filters and AI built into it there as well. And the front camera also gives you gesture recognitions. So when you see something on your screen, you want it, just grab it. Literally that simple. The battery in here is the lithium polymer battery, which is 5,100 milliamp hours, which is more than enough for the average use of a day. And it comes in this box. Yeah, there's a charger in here, not a standard charger, but a super 66 watt fast charger. So brilliant that they provide that. And the phone also supports wireless charging of up to 50 watts as well. Now, this phone has the industry's first standalone set of antennas for their Wi-Fi and Bluetooth communications. So what that does is it separates the Bluetooth and Wi-Fi antennas, which reduces interference and boosting Wi-Fi speed of up to about 200%. And it reduces the Wi-Fi latency at the same time. Now, the Wi-Fi in this phone is pretty phenomenal anyway, because it comes with Wi-Fi AC, which is Wi-Fi 5, AX, which is Wi-Fi 6 and 6E, and it also comes with the latest BE standard, which is Wi-Fi 7. So that's incredibly quick. Also, they're all 2x2 MIMO, and that gives you a theoretical maximum throughput of a whopping 46 gigabits per second. You're probably never going to see that in reality, but it's a hell of a lot faster than your gigabit Ethernet. So yeah, the Wi-Fi on this is amazing. It's got Bluetooth 5.2 as well. It's got dual SIM cards that you can put in there, both of which are 5G ready, with an eSIM as well. So again, brilliant on the communication side. It's also water and dust resistant with an IP68 rating, so that's very good as well there. And with dual speakers as well, with DTS-X Outtro sound effects as well, so that's very good sound quality. We're going to really enjoy playing games on this because I do a little bit of gaming on my phone. It has an under-screen fingerprint sensor as well. Although it is a little lower down than expected, it is very quick and responsive. But before we get on and unbox this, I just want to quickly let you know about more what we do. So we provide a whole host of online services such as backup and sync, endpoint security, network management. We also do remote support, on-site support, setup and maintenance as well. If you want more information, there'll be links down in the description below. Right, well, let's see what's in the box. So we'll just open this one up. Also, we will have an opinion poll as well, hopefully, where people can vote for which camera they prefer. Do they prefer camera 1 or phone 1? Because we've got 2 of these, so we're doing recording at the same time. So we open it up, and the first thing we're presented with is the back of the phone in this beautiful emerald green. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hoping nothing will fall out of the box there. So we can just slide it out, and that is a beautiful, beautiful texture. It does have a little bit of a roughness to it. It looks absolutely stunning. They also do this in black, but we just thought the green just really made it pop. So we went and got that colour for both of us. Then under our box, we have our information pack and our chargers. So you've got your SIM ejector tool, which is pretty standard to always have. And we have in here, we've also got our welcome pack and warranty cards, and a lovely crystal clear TPU protect case as well. Now there is also a TPU screen protector built into the phone screen, which is brilliant because you do not want to scratch your screens. This is our included 66 watt supercharger and a USB A to C cable as well. So I'll just tidy this up and then get this set up for you. Right. First things first, what we're going to do is we're going to open up our charger, because you do actually need to open this up, not only to distribute the heat, but you need to do it to get the earth pin out. So if you are taking it traveling, it will pack away a bit neater. Although having it widthways on, it is quite chunky. It would be nicer if it was vertical, as I think that would have fitted in more spaces neater, but I'm not going to complain that they've given us a wonderful charger. We've also got here our USB-C cable to charge it. It's a nice chunky cable, obviously to take that sort of wattage it needs to be, and that's about, I don't know, that's probably about a meter actually. I'll measure it and then pop that on the screen. Now it doesn't come fully charged, it comes about 40% charge, so during the setup you may need to charge it up, so I'll just get it ready to charge. What I'll do now is I'll get my old phone, that is now charged, so remove that. And I will pop out my old SIM card. And quickly pop it into the new phone. And there is actually a little rubber gasket there to help with the stop water ingress. And it does say SIM 1, SIM 2 on there. So you just line up your SIM card and pop it in. Now if you can zoom in using the new camera, we'll zoom in and show that to you. Pop that in, and I will put it straight into its new case so that we don't drop it and scratch it, because I have seen so many people shatter screens just by a drop. Even with the case on, that looks absolutely lovely. So we didn't know it's going to come with one, so we actually went and ordered some screen protectors for it as well. But this is absolutely beautiful. It's a little bit raised on the corners, so it is protecting the screen even if you were to lay it down flat, so the screen's not touching. And there is a little lip there, so if you were to lay it down that way, again, that should be protecting the cameras. But you can get other screen protectors, phone protectors, and I think they're a little bit chunkier, which will protect it better. But that it comes with it, wonderful. Well, let's turn it on and see it boot up. So just push and hold the power button, and we can see it load. We're into the Magic OS icon now, and we will hit English, get started. United Kingdom, next. We've read the whole host of details, so we'll click next. Yep, we want Wi-Fi. We'll select our Wi-Fi and enter the Wi-Fi code. Connect. And now it's connected to our Wi-Fi. We can go next. Now last night when we were setting up my wife's phone, which we're recording on there, she copied all her photos as well onto the new phone, which is absolutely fair enough, that's what she wants to do, but it did take a long time. It took around about 4 hours to copy it across. I think it's just because the old phones were so slow and poor. Now there's an option to do it via a USB cable from C to C, but as the cable comes with the phone is A to C, you can't use the cable that comes with this phone. We couldn't use the cable that came with the old phone, so we did it via Wi-Fi, and we'll do the same here, but I'm going to cut out my photos. I'm not going to bother transferring those because they're all backed up on my server anyway, so I'll just watch them that way. So we can now copy our apps and data from our old phone, so we'll click next. Now here it's saying use the cable. We'll then say next, and I'll say no cable, copy without cable. So now we've got to get our old phone. I'm going to record our old screen. So we've got our two screens, our two phones. I'll say next on this one. And it's now looking for our old phone. Now I have to open the Google app. So we'll come to here and open that. And then just down there, you can't see it. I can't see it, you can't see it. Is a white bit of text saying next on a white background. That's a ridiculous color combination they've done, but that's what they've gone and done. So now we need to say, come to the assistant, set up my device. We click next. And now it's going to connect and sync both of them. And we can see there that it's pairing, so we'll go next on that. Let me just have a look here. Copy. Authenticate, it's me. I obviously can't do screen recording at the moment because this one isn't set up yet, but I can record this screen, so hopefully the old phone screen will be up there for you to see what I'm doing on the old phone. And the new one's only got 43% battery already in it, so I'll probably have to plug this in whilst we're copying everything across because it does take some time. Of course, as soon as I pause it, it gets ready to the next stage. So now on our new phone, still nothing on the old one. We've got to select what apps and photos we want to do. I'm going to say no to my photos. Maybe I want them, I don't know, music and other. Okay, might as well send my music across, SMS. Don't need my text messages, they're all backed up anyway. Device settings, yes, I'll have that. Call history, okay, I'll leave the call history. I want my calendars and other accounts. I'm going to go, yeah, you can see that 14 gigs of photos is going to take 1 hour and 22 minutes to copy, and without that 14 gigs and just a 20 gig in total transfer, it's going to take 49 minutes. So 1 hour and 22 minutes for 34 gig compared to 49 minutes for 20 gig. I'm not going to bother copying my photos. They're all on my server. I can stream them straight offline. So if you do want backup services, go down the link below. So I'll just click copy on that, and that's going to start. Now this is going to take 49 minutes-ish, so I'm going to stop recording here and come back to when this is done, because literally you just see this screen bounce around for a long time. Now I don't know if it's quicker with the cable or not. I could have done it with a cable because I do have a spare C2C cable, but I just really got that for charging, so it might not do data as well. It's a shame that they provided such a nice charger, that they provided such a good quality cable, it just wasn't C2C. I'm surprised that hasn't been done. And I've seen that with other phone manufacturers as well, that they don't provide C2C cables yet. I mean, considering USB-C now is becoming by far the most dominant standard, it's a shame that C2C isn't yet the standard, just A to C is. But we'll come back to this once it's finished copying. I've got to click more. I'm agreeing to everything and accepting everything. I don't think it finished it that quickly. Now we can set our search engine. I'm going to select Google, click next. The assistant, yes, I agree. More, I agree. Yes, I want the assistant to work without unlocking the phone. And there we go, about 16 minutes left. Okay, it's now finished copying across, but you may have noticed that the quality dropped on the recording because the beautiful camera that we've got on the back of the phone, which is far better than the other camera, unfortunately has a 15-minute record limit, which we were not aware of, and we hit that, went past it, and lost the end of the recording. So it's a good job I had the other camera running, as I would have lost all my footage. So it looks like it's just a software block that's been put on the phone, which is a shame because it doesn't need it at all. It could easily cope. The hardware is more than capable. So Honor, please give us the update of doing a unlimited record length, or at least a longer record length. Anyway, so it's finished copying there now. We can click close on that phone and get rid of that screen. And we'll carry on this phone, but of course I can't put this up yet because I'm not doing screen recording on this phone. So we will click finish, and we will now get ready. I have a similar problem with the television as well. That's got a 55-minute play length for the slideshows that I have playing on in the background. So it's really, really annoying how it just goes, no, turn off. No power save option, nothing I can find to make it that it just plays my slideshow indefinitely. Now, we will be looking at the Smartwatch 2 as well. And I haven't got one of these for myself yet, but one feature this has is it can have a shutter trigger for the camera, but only for the Honor phones. So if I get myself one of these watches, I can go record, pause, but I don't know if it's going to lock and unlock the phone and turn the screen on and all that lot. So if it does, and I can just have the phone there, record, stop, record, I'll be buying one of these straight away. It'll be worth the price tag of the watch just for that feature to make it work with that phone. It'll be absolutely wonderful. All right, here we go. It's now got onto quick lock. So we shall connection timed out. No connection for more than 30 minutes. Yes, now this is an interesting problem that we had. I wish I could do a screen recording. Can I do a screen recording? No, I can't. So we'll set up manually because it's trying to connect to other Honor phones, which we don't have at the moment. So we'll go through the privacy agreements. I'll now log in with our account ID, get a code. I'll use my old phone to get the security code. Okay, so now we have set this one up. I can now do the fingerprint ID, face recognition, and password. So I'll be doing those. Let's start off with a fingerprint ID, and I need to enter a screen lock code first. And then we just click add fingerprint, say OK to that message. And just down there is where you place it. So we'll just start off by doing that. You don't need to be too accurate about where you're placing it because it will actually ask you to move it further around. There we go. and then I can click rename, and I'll give the fingerprint a name. And I'll add other fingerprints later just to make my life easier, because I like being ambidextrous with the phone. But I'll go next. Now we'll do the face recognition, so I'll select that, type in our code, and then click or enable rise to rake because I want that feature, and click get started. And it's set that up. So we'll enable all of our services. You've got a whole host of different services that you can enable. We're just going to say enable all of them. I'm going to join their usage program so they can monitor how we use it. Location services, enable that. Now this is the gesture settings, so we'll try the gestures. And so you pull in there and that takes you back. And that will take you back as well. So you flick away and go back. And this is the hold one. So you can get to your set of apps. So nice simple set of gestures to get used to, but once you are used to them, that will be very good. Of course, and now we've got some updates to do as well, but I'm going to do the updates later. I'm just going to go through some changes of the settings that we want. In fact, I'll see if I can start screen recording on this now. Right, screen recording, double knock. And it's now saying screen recording, use audio, yes, allow using the microphone. During the screen recording, yes, I want that to be fine. And now it is recording, touch here to enter the screen recording, touch here to turn the mic on or off. Got it. Okay, so hopefully that's recording, and I'll be able to put this screen up here. So we'll come here, manage all the apps, and we can see it's got a whole bunch of updates to download. So we'll let those download. Once that's done, we'll get back to you. Okay, so we've got the phone going a bit better. So I've got the screen up there, hopefully. We need to come to the updates, and we've got to come down to system updates, software update, and that is now ready to install. So we shall restart that. It's still doing other background updates as well. Obviously that's gonna kill the recording there. It's got other updates happening as well in the background, so they will still be going on. Now this phone does seem to take a long time to actually set up and get running if you're going to be porting from an old device to a new device. So you may well be better off actually starting from scratch and then just downloading the apps that you actually really want, rather than importing everything, because it is a slow process. I don't know why, because the Wi-Fi on it is really quick, the mobile data on it's really quick, the process really quick, but the updates, I don't know if it's just because I've got so much junk that I'm having to transfer from old phone to new phone, or download updates, and it just does take time and you've got lots of stuff to move. But that seems to have just taken a long time to do, unfortunately. So we've now got this coming back online and doing its updates. Well, this is the main OS update, and then there's still more software updates to do. Once that's all done, then I can show you some of the internal settings that we want to change. And we come to our login screen, so just type in the PIN number. And we've got a new service agreement that we've got to agree to by clicking finish. Should be back in again. I'll start the screen recording, hopefully. Okay, we're now recording. Getting it now, it's got lots of pings coming through. We'll just quickly allow the weather report to get our location. And we're recording up there, so hopefully you can see it here. We're going to want to change our 4G, 5G settings so we get faster data, and this is just showing us a different gesture points that we can swipe to. Swipe down there. Okay. Settings. So mobile networks, mobile data. And you come to here, and now we can select our 5G access. That's not enabled by default. That's generally because 4G is more reliable and more stable. So on the whole, it's actually faster than 5G, because if you're in a bad 5G area and you're locked onto a bad 5G mast, you actually get a slower response. So that's why they disable that by default. But I think we're going to have a pretty good response here, so I'm just going to enable that now. We'll come out of that. Now I want to go back into settings and look for our gestures. So I'm going to come to the settings and I'll just search for gestures. We've got our air gestures, and we can keep the screen on while looking at it. That's going to use that 3D camera. Now all of these come up with the update, so you will need to get the update to do all of this. We will also add the smart rotation. Now this is an interesting one. So if you turn your head, go on, you were doing it earlier. It's probably because I'm recording it, can't do it. Air scroll, which is a lovely feature, we'll turn that on and we can try it ourselves so we can show how it works. There we go. And then scroll up. There you go. A little bit of practice to get used to doing it, and then they will be very good to have. And the grab shot, now this one I do like. So if you want to take a photograph, oh, I want a screen capture of that. And it captures the screen. Really nice to have. So we've now done those ones. Again, you've got your this is going to just talk you through all the different settings that you can go through, which is actually really nice that they did give you a tutorial, but you've got to find your way to the tutorial, which is a bit of a nuisance. So I will come out of that for now because I'll go through that later and set those up. The next main one is your contacts. You come to your contacts and go to your three dots and settings, and its default is to the phone. Now you probably want to have that so that when you enter a phone number, it goes back to your Google contacts. So you'll go there and you'll select your Google account, and that's now saved, and it's going to save them in their right place. So that's something you need to kind of think of doing before you really start using the phone. We've then got more settings to go back into. We now want to go to the passwords. Autofill usernames and passwords. Type in our PIN number, and we can come to autofill usernames and passwords using the fingerprint, but that is using the password vault, so we can't do that one. Password manager. You want to come to your password manager and you want to choose your account that your passwords are saved on. Now it can save them on the phone using the password vault, or it can save them in the Honor servers. So depending on what you're used to, you may want to change that or not. I've got so used to the Google system, I want to keep that. So it's good that they allow me to do that. So now, hopefully, if I try to sign into an app, it will then say you are already got access to it. So I'll try and log into our smart door lock. It's logged in there straight away. Let's see if I can log into one of my socials, sign in. And it's using the Google Password Manager, so I am in straight away. And so you can log in easily there. So that's all of the little minor, well, quite major ones that you want to set up before you really get used to using your phone. So once they're done, you can then do the rest of the updates. So come back to the Play Store, manage your apps, and you can now see the other apps, and they'll go. And I found that after you got that major update done from the operating system, these went quicker. So it might just be that the update was taking up the bandwidth of the background, or it was just because the apps are newer than the operating system, but doing that certainly does help. Well, I've been using the Honor Magic5 Pro for a few days now. The phone itself, I love. The camera is beautiful, but that 15-minute recording restriction is a problem. I have complained to them about that. Hopefully they'll release an update and patch that. All that it is, it hits the file size limit, and instead of creating a new file and carrying on recording, it goes, nope, file size limit reached, stop recording, close file. So again, software glitch, could be improved. I have found that whilst recording using a USB dongle to connect the microphone, and because I'm recording for a long time, I want to have it powered. If the phone is charging at the time, I get a huge amount of interference and feedback. I do believe that if I'm not charging, the sound is perfect. So I may have to put a second audio track over this one to make it all sound perfect, or use the other camera's audio track. So again, I don't know if that's software or hardware, because I do know if you send power and data over the same lines, you can get interference. So that could be my adapter, it could be the phone, it could be the software. It's just, I really want to be able to use this phone as my primary camera for all my videos in the future, because the quality of the image, perfect, absolutely what I want. It does brilliant focusing, it's got gorgeous color, the image size is beautiful, I can zoom in and out without any loss of data. Compared to my old camera, this one wins. But I have to have it reliable. Maybe I've got to go for a more expensive camera rather than relying on a cell phone. But when the cell phone does this, you just want to be able to use it. Everyone else, I'm sure it's not going to be an issue for. But for me, in my niche use case, I just want these little niggles sorted. If I have to make sure it's fully charged and don't power it whilst recording, the battery will last for that. That'll be fine. I just need to plan myself, charge the phone before I do my recordings, and then I'm sure it'll be perfect. But it's just nice to go, oh, I need to do a quick recording, plug the power in, but we are going through one port. This is the problem of removing the headphone jack. If it was a separate jack, wouldn't have that issue, I don't think. That is absolutely beautiful fun. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to try and put some photos in as well, and some other video clips throughout the video, maybe at the end, so you can see some more testing there. But certainly well worth the money for it. It's a shame about that 15-minute recording restriction on there for the phone. It's just a software restriction. There's nothing on the hardware that stops it from doing more than that, which is a shame. And they might be doing it for tax purposes, or they might just be doing it to just like, there's going to be a better version out now. Maybe they're worried about it overheating, but it doesn't overheat. It cools down fine whilst doing all of this. But that's just something to take note of. Most people probably won't bother, but for me, using it for recording, I did need that. But that's just one of these things that I have to learn. Well, if you did enjoy the video, please do give it a good thumbs up, like, comment and subscribe. Also click that bell notification icon. Do also share the videos as well. If you do want to help us out more than just a like, comment and share, there is down below links to PayPal and Patreon, and that would really, really help us out. That would help pay for the equipment that we're having to get to improve the video production, such as the new phones and other camera equipment that we're going to be looking at, and servers for our space that we need to edit all the videos on. You can also follow us on our social medias and down the side there. And if you want to get yourself one of these phones, which I really do recommend, they're excellent value for money, there'll be a link for it down in the description below. Well, that's it for now, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Do hope to see you again soon, as always. Right, well, I was going to say goodbye. I'm hoping I haven't jumped around the screen at all, because that 15-minute restriction on that camera is going to be a problem for me. Literally, I was a few seconds out from finishing my video, didn't realise it stopped recording, went to stop the recording from getting up, going around the back of the camera, and it already stopped. So, I love the phone, I love the camera, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's just a fraction away from being perfect. I need an update to remove that limit, but maybe with the watch, and I can pause and record from there, that might just about resolve it for me. But if I'm doing a good bit of recording and I'm really in the flow of recording, I don't want to worry about that little timeout thing. So we'll see how we get along, because the picture quality on this is worth my effort to reset up, re-record, because it's gorgeous compared to that old Canon. So yeah. Oh, live and learn, more work for me, I guess, but I still recommend this phone. I have to recommend it, it's beautiful, and we'll put a vote system down below. I'm pretty sure it's going to be unanimous about use your phone as your camera and ditch your camera. So I'll put a vote down, get some user feedback. The algorithm would really like that. So, well, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed the video, found it helpful and enjoyed it. If so, give it a good thumbs up. I've already done all of that. See what happens when you can't do recording in one go. But take care, guys. See you next time. Have a great day. Bye for now. I'll probably do some outtakes after the credits. So, hang around. Okay, we're just outside and going to try and do a speed test, and I thought I would try and do a camera test as well, showing what it looks like as a selfie. We've come across a field with a 5G mast, so we will now zoom in to see what the camera's like at zooming in. They say we can go to 100 times, so that is only 10 times. 1, 2, this is a test with the internal microphone only. Okay, this is a quick test. I haven't got the lights on, so it's not a brilliant test. Shit, I'll probably stop. But that's just the internal mic. 1, 2, this is just a test seeing with the internal external microphone. Okay, this is still just a microphone test. This time I'm using the external mic, but no charger. Hey, this is test 3 with the external mic and the phone charging. Let's go and see how this looks on the computer. I'm also using movie mode. This is now 16:9 format, whereas previously it was the higher format. Okay, this is 16:9 video mode, and I believe HDR off. This is movie mode with HDR on 16:9. Good for recording. You're recording the sound? Yeah, good. And of course the screen, TV's turned off because the TV's a piece of poop, isn't it? And I can't pause recording, so yay, wasting hard drive space. I want the watch. Well, that's it for now, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Do hope to see you again soon. As always, take care. Have a great day. Bye for now. Right, well, I hope you're recording. I hope you're recording with sound. Right, well, I was going to say goodbye. I'm hoping I haven't jumped around the screen. Go on, stop recording. This is why I want the phone instead of this stupid camera. There you are, stopped. Stop. Yay, it's all done.